What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another presentation. In this presentation, I want to talk about eating healthy because a lot of people don't like eating healthy, and I've had to make some changes to certain things that I consume and certain things that I eat myself. One of my favorite foods that I used to love eating was Italian food. But you know, Italian food will blow up your midsection. And I'm trying to work on my midsection. That's a problem area for a lot of people. Um, in the urban community, we don't put a lot of importance on nutrition and the things you put in your body in our communities, in our people's community. You know what I'm saying? We don't put a lot of value on nutrition and eating healthy. The older that I'm getting, I'm starting to eat way more healthier. I mainly do a lot of baked salmon tacos, ground turkey tacos. I do baked salmon salads. I do ground turkey salads. I do things that are. I try to eat healthy for the most part. You know, I like Italian, but I can't do it often because that's a lot of carbs, that Italian food. And I like Japanese food. I'll do that here and there, but I mainly try to eat a lot of vegetables. I'm incorporating more vegetables in my diet. Um, that's one thing that when I go golfing with my uncle, at the club, we you know, when I help my uncle out working at the golf club, um, we eat a lot of vegetables. But there's other ethnic groups, they cook their food differently from how we cook it. And I'm incorporating a lot of vegetables. That's what I'm beginning to eat more of now, vegetables, because the older you get, you gotta eat healthy. Like they say, your health is your wealth. I do my best to drink a lot of water, and I'm not saying everything you consume is gonna be healthy, because look, I got a pecan latte, you know, a pecan latte. Uh, yeah, well, that's a pecan frappuccino. I like doing that here and there, but I try to make sure I stick with the water. You got to stick with your water. Especially the older you get, you got to start eating right. I don't know how many people like kava. If you haven't tried kava, make sure you give it a shot. It's a Mediterranean restaurant. It's pretty much the same concept as Chipotle, but it's Mediterranean. If you haven't tried kava, make sure you give kava a shot. It's good. It's not cheap, but you're gonna pay to eat healthy. You know, I like Indian food. How many of you guys have tried Indian food? That's good. But I love doing my ground turkey salads. I love doing my ground turkey salads. I love doing my baked salmon salads as well. But that's what I try to eat a lot of. Baked salmon salads, ground turkey salads. I try to incorporate a lot of these things into my diet because the older you get, you gotta watch what you eating. And I eat a lot of oatmeal. Most of the times I don't even warm my oatmeal up. I just eat it raw out the barrel. And another thing that I recently started doing, I drink this tonic every night. It has, I put lemon, clove, ginger, and cinnamon in water, warm it up in a microwave, and drink it. They say it does wonders for the body. I notice I feel energized when I wake up after drinking that tonic. I mean, so if you have not tried that, I suggest you give that a shot. That composition of stuff is good stuff. Yeah. Like they say, your health is your wealth. Guys, you gotta watch what you're putting in your body. I don't even drink beer anymore because beer will make you get a belly. I notice most men who drink a lot of beer, their stomach be blowed all up. I don't drink beer at all anymore. I'll have some champagne here and there, For the holiday, I may do some cognac or whatever for the holiday, but that's only during the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. But I don't really drink like that. I'll do some champagne here or there, or sometimes I'll drink these spiked lemonades or spiked iced teas. I'll do that here and there. But as far as beer, I don't drink beer at all. And for the most part, I feel like I do a good job at minimizing my alcohol content. I don't do too much heavy drinking. But yeah, if you if you if you if you don't eat healthy, it's the time to start eating healthy. And I'm not saying that everything you eat is going to be healthy, because sometimes I'll eat some fried flounder here and there, or I'll eat some fried perch here and there. But I do my best to stay away from fried foods. That's why most of the times I bake my flounder, I bake my salmon, I bake my stuff, because all that fried food is not good for you. And I make sure I do my ground turkey. I love ground turkey. You can get creative with ground turkey. Do a lot of creative things with ground turkey. Yeah. Let me know if you guys have made some lifestyle changes in certain things that you eat. I love Mediterranean. If you have not tried Mediterranean pizza, I suggest you try that. Mediterranean pizza, very healthy. Yeah, I reviewed Pita. That's another Mediterranean restaurant. I like eating that. But yeah, I definitely make. I feel like I make great effort in eating healthy. I'm not saying everything I eat is healthy, but for the most part, I try to eat healthy. I eat my oatmeal every day. I take magnesium. Um, you know, just try to I try to stay active. Go for walks. You know, go skating when I can. You gotta do things to help yourself. And it's like, the older you get, you gotta start watching what you're eating, because if you don't, it's definitely gonna catch up with you. Um, but yeah, guys, let me know what you guys consume, um, or what healthy foods do you guys eat, because I definitely make great efforts in trying to eat right and take care of myself. You gotta do that. Um, you know, Eating healthy is not promoted in this country, but guys, you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta definitely start taking care of yourself, and you gotta start doing things that are gonna prolong your health, because you only got one life to live, guys. You only got one life, and if you don't take care of yourself, the doctor is where you're gonna end up. You know, you don't want to start making life changes to your health when the doctor tell you you have a life-threatening illness, or when you strapped to a hospital bed. You don't want to start making life changes then. You want to be preventive. You want to be preventive, and you want to do what you got to do to prolong your health. Um, yeah, guys, but I felt this would be a good topic to talk about, because I don't think I've ever talked about health and eating right, and the things that you consume. Because a lot of people assume that, especially in our culture, a lot of people assume that most brothers just eating fried food every day, and they're not eating healthy at all. I like snacking on almonds from time to time, cotton candy grapes, things like that. Like, you got to make an effort to eat right. You know, a lot of people like to make assumptions, especially about brothers. They think you're just eating fried food every day, and you just eat a whole bunch of beef. I don't even eat beef. I don't even eat beef. If I eat some beef, it'll be on my birthday at Longhorn Steakhouse or Fleming's. Let me know if you ever been to Fleming's. That is a great steakhouse. It's expensive. I'll do a steak, maybe for my birthday or for the holiday. But for the most part, I don't even consume beef. But the message here, just try to make some healthy lifestyle choices. You guys have a good day. Talk to you soon.